Is it about luck or hard work? Welcome to the kids' table. Like, at what point does me working hard, when is it not worth it anymore? You know? When is it not worth it because of all the stress that you have to save 25% of your income or just trying to be the best, you know? I feel like in your 20s, as you get older, you just see people getting more and more ahead, and you wish you would have started or done something earlier. You wish you could do something now, but then you become complacent and you don't know about your life. Look at that breadcrumb. Just get that out of the way. But then there's other people that will say they work 18 hours a day and they're pretty successful dudes, but it's like 18 hours a day, is that worth it for the average person like you and me? You know, and if you do work 18 hours a day, well, props out to you. You're probably gonna get ahead in life. But for most of us, it's like 18 hours a day our whole lives. That's crazy. And I guess people do it because at one point they're not gonna be. The goal is not to be working that much. But it's like, where is the line between being a workaholic and working all the time and just taking a break and relaxing, you know? So here I am. This is the kids' table because it's like, you can talk about anything. Nothing you say is stupid. Then again, I am the only one at this table, so there you go. But I'm happy in my life, but sometimes I also feel like I should be doing more. And I think a lot of us feel that way, but that's the thing. Are you doing enough? And who sets that? Who sets that goal? I guess it's just yourself. That expectation of being enough, you know. It's currently 2 p.m. I haven't eaten all day because these are the thoughts that have been in my head. I got maybe my 5-calorie Fresca on me. But it makes me feel good. And sometimes you have to tell yourself, even if you're not successful and you don't meet the expectations and goals you set in your life at a certain age, sometimes I feel like you have to give it up, especially if you feel like you tried everything you could, you know? And that gets into my next point. Sorry, it's my dog. What is the purpose of life? You know, I've read various times about a certain Harvard study and other things that talk about how they asked a group of millennials, I don't know, 10 to 15 years ago, what they thought the purpose of life was. And it was like some 90% said that it was either about getting as much money as possible in life or being famous. But apparently this certain study talked about how there was one attribute that they found in people who said that they were content and happy in their lives. They did a study of hundreds of people, I don't know if it was thousands, over the course of their whole life. This was like the longest study ever. It started like 70, 80, I think it was 100 years ago, somewhere like that, where they tracked people's lives. And apparently they said the people that were the most content were the people that prioritized their relationships. It was much less about money. Nowadays, that helps, obviously. You need money to buy a house. You need money to do things. But at the same time, it's like the core of your life. And the thing that brings happy and contentness and purpose is the quality of our relationships. Not if you had enough money. I mean, you could go on the internet, see famous people and billionaires, and you just look at their personal lives. Obviously, you don't anything, but you don't know. We don't know anything, but it's like, man, there's a great deal of family issues, divorces, children, problems with families, and it's like at this point, I think I ought to be grateful for even if I don't think I have enough money for the people I care about in my life. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want this channel to be more than just about making money, because I think that's important. I care about that. But the idea of Juan Wick, if you don't know, that's not my real name, but the idea of Juan Wick, this channel, is just to make something I'm passionate about. And I think we all have that issue. What do we like to do in life? And I think for me, it's just finding happiness in those things. And I think a lot of people are really good at having specific hobbies or interests. But for me, I used to overthink a lot, and now I'm trying to learn to sit down, be at the kids' table, and enjoy my 0-calorie drink. And by the way, this is amazing. I can't drink Coke Zero, but this is the bomb. This is the good stuff right here. So I think, all in all, money is important, but I feel like money and stability, money is more like salt, just enhances what we already have in life, right? Whether that is sadness or happiness, whether that is having many relationships with friends, with loved ones, or whether or not that's being alone. And I think money just enhances wherever you are on the spectrum. And that spectrum looks different for everyone. I have a certain savings rate. I try to save for a house, but at the same time, I do spend money on traveling. I try to leave the country maybe twice a year. I think I wish it could be more, but that's where we at. My wife and I, and then we save. We rent. This is the kitchen. And it's like, what's not to like, right? So I'm thankful for my life. I mean, I got AirPods. Those are cool. And things are good. I think there's a good balance between enjoying our lives, but then also setting goals and being consistent. And it seems that even if we're tired about achieving our goals and stressful about it, it seems it's like you only need one win for it to matter. And I think that's great, you know? Whereas me, I'm trying to become an accountant, so that's like the most boring job, but is it? I say that, but that's it's more the consensus, not really what I think, right? So I guess the purpose of life is with your relationships, and money's a part of that, but it's not everything. Everything in life matters. I think money is the enhancer, but it's not the vessel. It's not the main thing. It's very important. But it's about doing the things we care about in life, and being a nice person and caring for each other. So this has been Juan Wick. This has been the kids' table. You might think kids do not talk about this stuff at the kids' table, but you'd be surprised how deep these 7-year-olds are. I'm just saying. If you like this, subscribe. I'm going to keep making more about my thoughts here at the kids' table. Thank you.